Welcome to Real Estate Success Partner. We're your hosts, Devin Dubuc,
David Nguyen.
and we're here to talk about how to have great success in any market. Today, guys, we've got some really great guests here from Florida. We've got Christina Waggoner, member of the Dubuc team at Click and Close. And Christina, you brought somebody along with you today. Who do you have here?
Well, we have Ira Miller. He's been in the industry for over 2 decades. He is with I Am Realty, and he has just such great real estate success. And Ira, if you'll just share with us a little bit about your great success in the industry and around your community.
Well, real quick, Ira, before you do that, start with where you got your start and what brought you into this industry in the first place.
Well, I've always been in the home industry in one form or another. I started out in life as a draftsman and drawing homes, and then I went from there. I went into building homes, and then I got my contractor's license and became a contractor. Built a bunch of homes here in Ocala, Florida, and then got out of that, got into site construction and decided I didn't like that. And then I was ultimately dared by my father-in-law that I couldn't get my real estate license. I couldn't pass the test. So just to show him, I went ahead and got my real estate license. And then it just came about to where I live in probably the world's largest active adult community area in the world, called the Villages, and it's probably somebody knows somebody who probably lives in the Villages. It's just like that game 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but
We
so many
have,
people
yeah.
know about the Villages in here in Central Florida. So I went actually to the Villages one day and I said, "Hey, I want to be one of your construction superintendents and try to work my way up and build homes in the Villages." And when I filled out my application to apply for a job there, I just coincidentally just put slash real estate because I had my license, and they picked me up as a realtor or a real estate agent, I should say. They're not realtors over there. They're licensed, but they're not realtors. But anyways, that's how I got started in real estate. That was 23 years ago. I started with the Villages sales office in 2000, left there in 2009, went out on my own with another brokerage, and then just recently opened up my own brokerage, I Am Realty.
That's fantastic. And I know you said you've only been in it for 23 years, but you were a contractor before, so you've been working in this industry for a little longer than that, right?
Yeah, my whole life, really, since I started out just drafting homes. So I went from drawing homes, designing homes, building homes, being a contractor, subcontracting out, and then got into real estate.
So you've truly had a life of success in this industry.
Pretty much, yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So talk a little bit about this active community that you live in and you do some work with as well. Talk us a little bit about that. What you guys got going on out there?
All right, so I don't actually live in the Villages. The
Mm.
Villages is an active adult community. They have just about everything you can think of there. And since I work in real estate, I pretty much work 24/7. And I don't have time to participate in all the activities that they have there in the Villages. So
Absolutely.
I actually live in Ocala, Florida, which is just about 20 miles to the north of the Villages. Plus, you don't always want to live where you work, anyways, right? You need a little bit of a separation.
No, it's important. You've got to have that good work-life balance, right? That's part of success is making sure you have separation from and even if you are working all those hours, you still need a place to call home, right?
Right.
Absolutely. So 23 years in, and you've got your own brokerage. Talk a little bit about that, right? How's that brokerage look?
Well, it's a boutique brokerage. I have had basically a real estate team for the last, I would say, 10 years, where I have an assistant, I have an IT person, and I had other agents on my team with me inside of another brokerage. So I was basically a brokerage within a brokerage already. And then last year, I did pretty well and sold over $23 million in property, sold 52 homes just myself. And I thought, why am I gonna go ahead and stay here in this brokerage when I can just do my own thing? I'm already doing my own thing basically with the team. And it was called the Village's Expert Team. And then ultimately left at the beginning of this year and opened up my own boutique brokerage, I call it. And powered by Homes Around the Village's YouTube channel.
Homes Around the Village YouTube channel. Is that what you said?
Yes, sir. Homes Around the Village's YouTube channel.
Very
So,
cool. Well, I got to stop you real quick because
okay,
you breezed right by it. But you said last year you had a little success, and you said by yourself you closed 52 homes in a
right.
market that really was not great for a lot of people, right,
No,
David?
no, it was
Yeah.
terrible.
Let's talk about that. What was your real estate superpower there? How are you having that great success while some of these other agents were struggling last year?
My YouTube channel. Let me tell you, during the pandemic, when everything was shut down, nobody could travel, nobody can leave. Basically, what I did was I went out and I videoed homes for people, and they bought homes from me strictly over video.
That's awesome. And it's so innovative, right?
It was pretty much state of the art, back in 2020 when we were really dealing with that pandemic, and nobody was doing YouTube at the time. And I've had my YouTube channel, I guess, around 7 years, about 7, 8 years now.
That's fantastic. Well, and that's one thing that we talk about is success is a mindset, right? So we don't let the market conditions get in the way of the success. When the market conditions change, it's all about finding a new process that's going to continue that success. And that's what great people in this industry do. And it's no question, right, David, why he's having such tremendous success.
Oh, for sure, for sure. So how long has your relationship been with the Villages? How many years now?
So I started in 2000 and worked
Okay.
directly with their sales office, but I left the village's sales office in 2009, but I stayed in the area and just sold homes outside of the village's sales office. We call that the MLS.
Yeah. So your transaction, what are they 90% Villages and 10% everywhere else, or how's that look in your world?
I'd say probably maybe 75-25.
Yeah. The reason why I ask is because we're in Texas and your name is known across the country as the guy to go to if you want a house in the Villages. When you talk about success and real estate, when Christina brought your name up and we started searching for Ira Miller, you're connected to the Villages like I'm sure like you're connected to your family. So
Right.
you're all over the place. You are the go-to person there for sure.
One of the main reasons we want to have you on the show. We always look for experts in this industry, people that individuals should be looking up to. And a lot of times you've got younger agents or even seasoned agents that are out there looking for answers on how do I create success? And it's people like you, Ira, that pave the way and show others how to create that success. So we commend you for that. You're doing an amazing job out there. And, you should be super happy about your results last year. And it sounds like maybe even more success in 2023. Is that correct? Close on time with Click and Close Mortgage in our 21-day close guarantee. If we don't close your loan in 21 days or less, we will pay up to $3,000. If you'd like to know more about our 21-day close guarantee, click the link below. Close on time with Click and Close.
We're on par for that, and so we're very happy with our success. And like I said, I'd say probably 99% of our business comes from our YouTube channel.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So you're leveraging technology to make your business excel.
Just fell into it. I just felt like after I left the villages, there was information that wasn't being out there for other people to know, and I felt like I needed to get this information out there, and it just snowballed from there, and this is what we ended up with.
Yeah, you're an educator. You're educating people, guiding their path, and helping them to find the right home and the right community. It's an amazing thing. Christina, how did you meet Ira? How do you guys know each other?
Well, I am in the area as well, not directly in the villages in the active adult community, but outside in the Ocala area. And I was like you, just seeing him around. You pretty much see his name everywhere, and he is, like you said, tied to the villages, and he is the most well-known successful real estate person, I would say, in the area for that area. So I just gave him a call and introduced myself and asked what his agent superpower was, and I was able to find out that he was the first, what I believe is the first YouTube channel featuring the villages. And I think that there's been a lot of successors behind him following suit because he's done so well. And it is really such a community that can be featured and people want to know about around the world because it is such a unique community with its own city, new homes. The villages is considered new homes, but then they have resales as well. And now they're even building even further out from that to support the community itself. Um, for non active adult 55 plus people, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, and just to those ends, I'll say that the villages has gotten so large. There's probably over 200,000 people live there now, and it's gotten to the point where whenever I meet people, the villages isn't for everybody, and so I want to give a shout out really to a couple other communities like on top of the world here in Ocala, Del Webb, Stone Creek. Those are other active adult communities that are a better fit for people. But so my main focus is to attract people who are interested in the villages. If they come here, they feel like the villages isn't for them, then I just go ahead and I educate them and I take them out to these other communities. And a lot of times that's why I say a lot of my sales really used to be like 100% the villages. Now it's about 75-25, where I'm selling about 25% in on top of the world and over there in the Del Webb properties.
So let me ask you a quick question. So if I'm out there and I'm looking for an adult active community and I come to IRA, what am I going to expect, right? What are the opportunities that are out there in these communities? And what are the amenities? What do you look forward to here? What do we get to showcase?
So if you come to the villages has they have over 12 championship golf courses. They have over 75 nine-hole executive golf courses. So they originally started out as being the community, that has all the golf, and then pickleball came in. Pickleball's huge in the villages now. It's catching on everywhere around the country now. But
I love
I
it.
almost think it got huge right here in the villages.
That's pretty awesome. So pickleball and golf, but what else? I'm sure there's a lot more to offer out there in these communities, right? What else? What else do we expect?
So the villages is known as the golf cart community, where everybody can get around by golf cart, and people love that. They're kids going through a second childhood when they get to the villages. They're out there driving in their golf cart everywhere they go. There's golf cart paths all throughout the villages. There's 3 town squares where they have entertainment every night, different genres of music in different town squares with all kind of shopping and restaurants. People drive their golf carts there. You can dance in the square. They have drink stations around the square. It's just a big party, really. And then they have every other thing you can think of.
So it's a vacation paradise in your own backyard.
Pretty much. They call it, you know what they call it? They call it the active adult Disney World.
I live in
Yeah.
a golf cart community myself, and I've got younger kids, and they love it when they're out there on the golf cart cruising around. We're enjoying the neighborhood and the activities. It sounds like you've got just like you said, the Disney World of communities out there. Man,
Definitely.
I can tell you what, I want to go visit.
Yeah, me too. To let us in.
Sign me
Come
up.
on. I'll give you
I
a
think we have a
private
realtor.
tour.
We have a realtor in. Hey, so
You
so
do.
Christina said something about your superpower. But I want to hear from you, Ira. We always ask our realtors, what do you think your superpower is?
Innovation is my superpower because we don't just go by the status quo. We're always looking to try to think outside the box. We're trying to just separate ourselves from everybody else, and we don't want to do what everybody else does. So outside in my window, you'll see the social media experts up above my sign in my window because that's what we're pursuing now. We want to be known as the social media experts where we advertise on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. And we want to go to Snapchat and TikTok and Facebook, So that's what we want to be known as because that to me is the future and that's the next step. So it started with our YouTube channel and now we want to really break into all the other social media genres that are out there.
Hitting all the platforms, and you're so right, right? That innovation is something that here's what I find, right? When you find a really successful person, there's somebody that steps outside of the norm, recognizes what's important right now, and modifies and changes their business and their business processes to fit the trends. And that's exactly what you're doing. So I would
Right.
100% say your superpower is innovation.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what I'm hearing here is, as successful as we've heard today, your past life, it doesn't sound like you've hit the pinnacle yet. It sounds like you're still rising that ladder. When's that pinnacle coming?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's next?
are we
What's that?
close?
Well, part of my team, I do have my personal assistant. My administrative assistant is Blakely. My daughter actually works for me, Jamie. I have Christian who works for me as my IT guy. And then I have Nina, who is a younger real estate agent who I'm training personally and bringing her up in the industry. So um, when is it time? I don't know. Maybe my daughter Jamie and Blakely are actually kind of planning my retirement for me to send me
Move
out to
over.
do.
Yeah.
Move over. We're taking over.
Well,
That's
I,
what
I'm
that's
glad
what
you
they're
brought all that
saying.
up because you have such a large organization, and with such a large organization, you've got to be trust your relationships that you have. You can't be everywhere. And it sounds like
Right,
you have an
exactly.
amazing team. And our real estate success part is about the relationships that we have out there. And I'm sure you've cultivated a lot of relationships. We feel really lucky that we have Christina on the ground there in Florida. As part of the Dubuc team, we have a teams in basically almost every state, and the fact that Christina's there able to support you is a huge feather in our cap just to be out there.
Absolutely. Christina's wonderful. She's a real sweetheart. And she likes to bribe us with coffee from time to time.
Yeah,
Ah, it sounds like everybody's favorite. Hey,
Yeah,
so
everybody
she's
we
needs
great.
just
coffee.
yeah, I love it. I love it. Hey, so we discussed a lot of things, and you've accomplished so much, but of all the years in real estate, what's the one thing or one achievement that you're most proud of in real estate?
Really, I think the one thing I'm most proud of are the relationships that I've made over the years, because most of my customers who I deal with end up being friends, most of them, and we just have that kind of relationship, and that's what I want. I don't want a customer. I want a friend who I'm helping purchase. One the biggest investment of their life is their home, or even their retirement home. So that's, my legacy, I think, is that I have, over 1,000 people that I've sold homes to that I feel like are my friends out there. So I actually can't even, I don't have the time to get with each and every one of them. We actually have to have customer appreciation parties every year, bring everybody in so we can see everybody again.
That's awesome. And it's like a
Awesome.
family reunion, right? When you have these parties, you've got people coming back year after year, and they're always going to show up
Yes.
because it's Ira. It's the guy that helped them with their largest commitment, right? And made it such a
Well,
great process. I love that. Well, we do business with people we know, like, and trust, right? And the one reoccurring thing we keep hearing here on our show is the realtors that are really, truly successful are the ones with the compassion and that actually care about the relationship and have those long-term relationships with the consumers even after the process is over, right, David?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fantastic. So, what's one of those appreciation parties look like, right? I buy a house from Ira, and we do an annual appreciation. What does that look? What does it look like when we head out to one of those?
well, we rent a hall. The past years, we would rent out. Now, the Villages, believe it or not, has a polo field, and they have a pavilion, a big pavilion in the middle of the polo fields. And years past, I've always rented out that polo field. If we have and we've moved our customer appreciation parties more to the summertime, and so it's a little hotter. So now we have an American Legion post that we rent out. We have about 150, 200 people show up, free drinks, free food, free entertainment, and we just enjoy each other for about 4 hours, and it's great.
David, we're heading to Florida.
I'm in. Count me in. Count me
We're
in.
gonna come hang out with you, Ira. It sounds like you're
It's
having a
all
blast
about the
out there,
party
sir.
here in Florida.
You have to
We
buy a
definitely want
house,
to be invited to
though.
the after party.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, Christina, I really appreciate you bringing Ira on here to the show, and we're so happy to have you here on our team as well.
Hmm.
You've just been a breath of fresh air, and you're doing great things out there in Florida. So thank you so much for bringing him on the show, and thank you for being a part of the team. Now, let me ask you a question. So you're working with Ira, and you've had an opportunity to kind of work with his team a little bit. What's that experience like? How's Ira's team to work with?
Well, his team is pretty daggone amazing in the respect of they're just kind and courteous, and they very thorough and detailed in how they work with Ira. You can tell that they're just, all about how we can serve Ira. I just see that. It's just right their interaction with
He's a
him.
great
And
leader. He's a
yeah,
great
yeah,
leader.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
it's for a good reason. I mean, we're here to serve our clients, and so we serve our team members and vice versa. And I'm sure 100% positive it's because Ira serves his team like a great leader as well.
That's fantastic. That's
We're just
fantastic.
all family in our brokerage. That's how we like to kind of, think of ourselves, and that's how you treat family. So, and
Yeah.
I don't, but the thing is, that's one thing about me too. Is there's no other realtor out there who has, three people just directly working for them. My daughter Jamie does marketing. Blakely does all my administrative stuff. Christian does all my IT and videography work. So there's, that's where innovation comes in. And I don't know how, honestly, I don't know how a realtor can do without assistance. I know I couldn't do what I do without mine. Christina's, and I feel like she's another partner in that success as well. So we're looking
Real
forward
estate
to really
success
having,
partner.
yeah, And it's just she's another tool in our toolbox, the way we like to call it.
I love that. I love that. And I love how you put the team out there and the family first. We talk about family on almost every podcast because our number one core value is family. And for the same reason as you, Ira, the individuals that work with us, we consider them family. Christina's definitely a big part of that family. We do have family working for us here as well. My mother in law and sister in law are both part of the Dubuc team. We've also got processors and nieces and nephews that work for us as well. So at the end of the day, sometimes bringing that immediate family in, that's where you grow that great bond and create great experiences because together, right, you can make things better. And when you have everybody in line that's all believing in the same common goal and all wants to create that same success and great experience for your consumers, man, magical things happen, right?
Absolutely.
That's right. Yep, I've been really blessed with everybody.
Ira, so let me ask you, we can't keep you on here all day. We'd love to, right? I'm sure you've got some really cool things you can talk about. What haven't we talked about today that you'd like to showcase?
I guess the one thing we haven't talked about is, I've always told you that I'm always trying to be thinking out of the box and innovative. And, I started Homes Around the Villages YouTube channel, like I said, about 8 years ago. I actually have one other YouTube channel we haven't talked about. And since I live in Ocala, if you Google Ocala, Ocala is known as the horse capital of the world, and a lot of champion thoroughbreds have been bred in Ocala. So I've kind of actually branched out, and I have another YouTube channel called Central Florida Farms and Land, and we're trying to break into that. We want to open up another office in Ocala probably next year, and that's kind of where we're headed. So you know, we're just trying to, serve a need in the community. I felt like there's no other YouTube channel for farms and land in this area, so we started that as well.
I knew he was holding back on
Oh yeah.
us.
You always got to
We'll
hold
showcase
something
that.
back, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Showcase that. I know you wanted to share those YouTube channels. I think this is a great opportunity for you to do that.
Yes.
Go ahead and pull those up and let our audience see how to find Ira and what you're doing out there. Because it sounds like if you want to buy something out there in Ocala, and if you're at that point where you're looking at the active communities, Ira's going to be your guy, and he's got some really great information that you're going to want to know. So, Ira, go ahead and let's share that screen.
Okay, so this is my Homes Around the Villages YouTube channel, and people can actually go on my YouTube channel, and if they're looking for properties, they can go right over here and click this this arrow, and they can search for homes right here. And then we also have where's Central Florida Farms and Land, Christian? Search account. Okay. And then we have Central Florida Farms and Land. Now we have 13,800 subscribers on Homes Around the Villages YouTube channel. And then you can see over here with 337 videos for people to look at. And then we have Central Florida Farms and Land. And this is our other YouTube channel that we have just for the Ocala area for people who want to search for properties in Ocala as well. So that's kind of what we're doing, and we have almost 3,000 subscribers and 45 videos with that as well.
That's fantastic. You guys are doing great things out there. And again, we go back to education. You're providing that education to people that are looking for the right community, and you're helping them make the right decisions, right? And that's super important. Sometimes we don't know who we can trust, but I can tell you right now, if you're looking at either of these two communities, Ira's going to be your guy, and he's got an amazing team behind him that's going to provide you a clear path to your home ownership. So, Ira, brother, we really appreciate having you here. If our audience wants to locate you outside of the YouTube channels, what's a good way for them to find you?
They can just call my office, and that number is 352-204-9026. Or they can go to our website at imillerrealty.com. And then that is my website. And we have websites for the YouTube channels as well. But if you go right to imillerrealty.com, then that'll kind of lead you everywhere else. I'm sorry, just before we break here, I just want to let everybody know that what I do is I spend at least an hour to an hour and a half with somebody when they come in. If they come in and they want to look around the villages, most agents will just look for homes and they take them right out and find them homes. What I do, I kind of just talk to people and make sure this is what they're looking for, and if it's not, then we kind of look elsewhere. So I'm not just stuck on finding people a home in the villages. I try to find the right community for somebody first, and then we go look for homes.
That clear path to home ownership. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. Yeah, again, if you're looking for the right home and you want the right person to help you find it, Ira, you're the guy, man. You are the guy. We are
Thank you.
so happy to have you here. Christina, hey, again, if the folks out there want to find you and they want to get some of that great service you provide on the loan side, how do they find you, Christina? How are we going to get in touch with you?
Well, you can call my cell at 352-659-6812, or you can go to www.clickandclose.com and you'll be able to reach me there through the office number as well.
You also might want to go to the dubucteam.com. We've got a direct link to her contact information right there. You might find it a little easier than the click and close site. That's the dubucteam.com. And you can find our resources on our page. David, anything you want to ask Ira before we get this thing finished off?
No, man. Thanks for being on, Ira. It's a 3-day weekend. It's Memorial Weekend.
I'm
Really
going to
appreciate.
Florida to party with Ira.
Yeah, thanks for starting your weekend with us, Ira.
Oh, hey, my pleasure. Thank you for starting with me. Christina, thank you for inviting me to do this. This is fun. I mean, this is my wheelhouse here.
I love
I
it.
love it. I
Thank
love
you
it.
for being
And
a
David,
part
you
of it.
touched on the Memorial Day. It is Memorial Day weekend here. And I just want to put out there, to everyone that served our country, thank you for your service. We appreciate
Yes,
everything that you do to protect us. And let's all have a safe weekend and remember our veterans.
Yep.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
So, well, guys, we appreciate you stopping in. We're your real estate success partners. I'm Devin Dubuc.
I'm David Nguyen.
And if you want to find us, you can check us out at www.realestatesuccesspartner.com. Again, that's realestatesuccesspartner.com. You can also find us on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio. We're on all your major listening platforms. You can check us out on YouTube. That's where you're going to be able to see the video of this. And we'd love for you to give some of those 5-star reviews. And we'd love for you to subscribe. So until the next one, we'll see you then.
Bye, guys.